I'll just give an example. If the patient is poor and you treat them free under the government scheme, they'll, if that lady is coming from Konkan, next time she comes, she'll get me fish as a kind of, because she cannot pay me in money, they will get some fresh vegetables from the farm and they'll come and touch your feet and kind of things. Of course, now I don't want to encourage those kind of things, but they still treat you like gods, which is very difficult to have this in
metros,
big
yes.
cities.
Yes. True.
The life part or the actual life you can live once you are free from all those traffic and pollution, travel time, and a lot of competition also. Welcome once again, and this is another session of Hall of Fame interview, and we have with us very senior and good doctor, Dr. Suraj Pawar, and he is an oncosurgeon, and he has been trained in Tata Memorial Hospital, oncosurgery, and he has got fellowships from New York and other things. And he has been in this branch for the last 25 years, and he has started from scratch. Right? He started from a hospital in Kolhapur that was 4-bedded, and now he has climbed the ladder to about 125-bedded hospital dedicated to cancer services, and he has almost every facility under the sun for the oncology. Thank you, Dr. Suraj. It's a delight to talk to you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much to have me here.
Sir,
so I'm very happy to be in this academy. I've been attending the sessions, which I found very useful. So it's a pleasure being here today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I really feel that we feel very proud because see, most of the people are actually going to West and making their career there. But you took a call that you want to come to their motherland and then serve this place and make a state-of-art facility for this place. So in a smaller town like Kolhapur, it is a phenomenal achievement.
Yeah, now Kolhapur is you can say it is city, airport has come up and a lot of things are happening. But 25 years ago, it will be a very like a small
town.
And,
it was a small town. It was a small town.
Taking a call, coming back to that city, it is hats off to you, sir. You have taken a big step, and a lot of people, I think millions of people have taken benefit of your one step, one decision. So great to have you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. First question I want to ask that when did you take this call of coming back? What was going on in your mind?
So when I finished my whole training and then I had a short stint, as I said, at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center after finishing my training in Tata Hospital. So there were a lot of opportunities abroad, plus the least that was available was to have a consultancy practice at any big corporate hospital in Mumbai, because in those days, I'm talking about 97, 98.
Right.
And there were not many cancer surgeons, even in big hospitals like Hinduja, Bombay Hospital, even Tata itself, Tata Hospital, my bosses wanted me to stay there and continue as a consultant. Maybe I would have become a director by now. But the only thing that was playing on my mind, maybe because of the teachings of my parents or the social kind of great leaders whom I always followed, that you should give back to society. And that was the only thing that made me leave everything. Even my friends in Tata were having a big laugh at me when I was saying that I'm going to Kolhapur. They said, even from Mumbai, even if you go to Pune, we consider it as a downfall. And you're going to, but I didn't bother too much about it. But initial phase was very difficult, you can say, because quite a few of my MBBS batchmates had already gone to US and UK, and they were earning in dollars and moving Mercedes cars. Where I was traveling here in a state transport ST bus with not much in my pocket. only the passion was there. So slowly we could do it, but it was very difficult and denerving in the initial phase. But as things started shaping up, then that itself started becoming a motivation. When the other people in the society, the patient, they start coming and giving you compliments, and people in your community, in the medical community, they start appreciating your work.
Yes.
And the society also understands that, look, this is the person who has come back and he wants to do something good here. So over a period of time, we could start with a 4-bedded of small hospital, and then slowly over a period of time, now we have a robotic center, a state-of-art radiation and everything. But as you write, I mean, I'm coming back to your question, the only driving force was to come back to your roots and create a facility which was not existing in that area. And one very permanent imprint on my mind has been the visual picture on the footpaths of Tata Hospital while I was working there. When you come out, the people in huge numbers sleeping on the footpaths, just waiting for their turn to come, for the OPD, for the surgery, at a very pathetic sight. So that was one of the very important reasons that I decided that I'm not settling in metropolitan, and I want to go to the roots and serve these kind of patients over there.
Fantastic, fantastic. It takes a lot of courage, because when you see your colleagues riding in Mercedes, giving the best of education to their kids, having the best of the life, and it really take something to come back and fight for it, and start from the scratch and build something like that. And it takes a huge amount of time, which
commendable effort.
Yeah,
commendable. We keep telling that you need patience, perseverance, and purity. So you had a pure vision, and then you had patience and persevered with the intention of creating something which is not existent. I really kudos to you.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much.
I wanted to ask you, because you have a big hospital and almost 300 staff members are there. So, and as you mentioned also that earlier, that the attrition rate is quite low, and you have in a small town. First is how to get a right people there, because you will not get trained people there. Second is how the attrition rate is so low. What is the things that you do particularly to retain them?
So first thing what we did was to create a center with the latest of the technology. It had to be at the cutting edge, even the radiation machine. In those days, or with no money in the pocket and the banks refusing to give loans in the initial phase, I could have easily gone for a cobalt radiation machine, which was fine, very acceptable in this area, because otherwise there was no treatment here in the first place. So I could have gone for a very low cost, not very low cost compared to the linear accelerator. And that would have taken a lot of load off my shoulders. But right from day one, we always felt that we should have the best of the technology, because if I got cobalt, I would have struggled to get a good radiation oncologist to work with me here.
Right.
But when I got this linear accelerator, triple energy with the image guided radiation and all that, then people, even the first radiation oncologist who came to us, Dr. Yogesh Anap, he was a gold medalist from Tata Hospital. And right from day one, he's there till today with us, because we got another second radiation machine, which is even higher in technology than the existing one.
Okay.
So this is how we retain the staff. From the surgical aspect also, we had started doing minimally invasive oncosurgery since many years back. I would develop my own technique which is called as a Pawar technique, which is accredited by American Board of Surgeons as a teaching video. So that has been published in the international journal, 224 largest series, 224 cases in the semi-prone position, which I have developed. Okay. So these kind of things, and then we got this robo. So surgeons were also very excited, and the sheer number of cases that we have, the surgeon would love to operate these number of cases. And apart from all this, you have to see to it that you cannot pay them less than what they're getting in the metropolitan cities.
Yes.
They have to be at least on par. So that aspect also you have to take care, give a good working atmosphere, and make them feel as they're part of the family. And that's the only reason why we are having a very, very low attrition rate, is because they feel they belong here and we take care of each other. They are paid well, they are well taken care of, and they're working in a place which is as good as any top hospital in a cosmopolitan city in the country, or maybe better than a few, because the patient care here is so fast and so quick. There's hardly any waiting list, and we have all these government schemes affiliated with us, because of which the poor patients get free treatment. And so we have a wide range, right from the poorest section to the affordable ones who can afford robotic surgery.
So, but how did you
So in brief, you
convince?
have actually ensured that the money is there, they get a working atmosphere which is good, and they are growing with you. That is very important. If
Yes,
they feel a growth with you,
absolutely.
they will stick with
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you are not using them, but you are actually guiding them to scale the new heights.
Absolutely.
So,
That's true.
a lot of people.
They have actually grown with the institute,
Yeah.
and they feel very happy and a part of it because we have given a very free hand. It's
Yeah.
not like Dr. Suraj Pawar nursing home,
Hmm.
which would see several small cities, tier 2, tier 3 cities. There's one person who is the owner and who lets everybody know that he is the owner all the time. Here,
And
I
he
have
does
seen
the
to it that,
micromanagement also. He keeps doing the micromanagement and pokes him
yes,
everything. You have given the freedom.
yes, that's right. But here we work in a different way. The day there was initially I was doing all surgeries, head and neck, general, thoracic, gynec, onco, genitourinary, everything, because we had been trained that way at Tata Hospital. But the day the first head and neck surgeon joined me, Dr. Parag Watwe, I stopped doing head and neck surgery. Of course, anytime he needs me, I go. But I just hand it over. It's a very difficult thing initially. And our hospital did initially take a little hit because the word started going around कि अरे इधर Dr. Pawar तो ऑपरेट करते नहीं है, कोई नया अभी सीखने के लिए कोई आया है सर्जन तो वो करता है. तो in those few months or maybe a year, actually our head and neck work dropped down. But we stuck to our guns. I said nothing doing. This is how the institute is going to develop.
Correct.
And now patients come directly on his name.
Yes.
So that's how we have given free hand to apart from me, there are 3 more surgical oncologists, non-head and neck. And head and neck, we have 3 surgeons. So everybody has been given, we are trying to go for a vertical split organ-wise. So this kind of a thing, we give them a free hand, and that's how they also feel happy and they grow along with the institute.
So, but sir, the big surgeon, when they are passing it out and they are coming from an institute, how do you convince people to come here and work in a tattoo city? What is your pitch to them?
So I always talk to my colleagues. Mostly I'm talk to my colleagues in Tata Hospital or other surgical oncologists in the country, where we meet in conferences. And one thing I try to convince them is look at the quality of life. My colleagues in Mumbai, the quality of life they're spending.
Yes.
4 to 5 hours a day they're spending traveling,
traffic,
and they're doing 1 or 2 surgeries, 1 or 2 surgeries in a day, and they're exhausted. The whole day is over.
Yes.
Right.
Here, travel time is like 15 minutes total.
Yes.
And so all you're doing is just coming and attending the patients, coming and doing surgeries. Still, you have your own time to do reading, to do publication, to have your own hobbies. Like I'm going to the Himalayan trek tomorrow, and a lot of other things, cultural things. I'm involved in local IMA cultural activities. We are planning a drama this year. I'm the secretary of our organization. So many, the quality of life.
Life is good.
And the city, I mean, not just, but these tier 2, tier 3 cities, they really have a good, there's less pollution, it's closer to nature, and your work, there's a quality of the work. You're not just wasting your time here. And at the same time, you get a bigger job satisfaction here because, I'll just give an example. If the patient is poor and you treated them free under the government scheme, they'll, if that lady is coming from Konkan, next time she comes, she'll get me fish as a kind of, because she cannot pay me in money. They will get some fresh vegetables from the farm, and they'll come and touch your feet and kind of things. Of course, now I don't want to encourage those kind of things, but they still treat you like gods, which is very difficult to have this in
metros,
big
yes.
cities.
Yes. True.
The life part or the actual life you can live once you are free from all those traffic and pollution, travel time, and a lot of competition also.
Yes.
Fantastic. So this is a big for like a top tier people who are associated with you. But what about the staff, sir? 300 people who are staff. How do you have a continuous training module for them? How the attrition rate is so low? Why they do not go to some other institutions which can offer a better pay, maybe small amount of better pay?
Yeah.
So how about that?
So we have developed that kind of a culture. As I mentioned earlier, it's more of a family culture. Of course, when I started, I used to do esophageal the whole day, and If the evening mousie or sister doesn't turn up, I have to sleep by the side of the patient the whole night to monitor the parameters. So those were the days which you have gone through, and luckily we didn't get frustrated and give it up and go back to Tata Hospital or any big hospital where they could have taken me back. But this is what has developed over a period of 25 years. I'm not saying that a new surgeon or a new oncologist should spend 25 years in waiting and then have reached this place. The time can be cut short now, and there are more and more centers coming up in tier 2, tier 3 cities. Or even if you want to create it at your small city or town, there's a lot of feedback or advice available. I am there to guide you or my oncologists who want to go along this path.
Right.
But retaining the staff, just like doctors, you have to again have this culture of handing them over and see to that they are also growing. There is no other option for a good. There is no option for a good remuneration. All said and done, it eventually boils down that you pay them well.
Well, yes.
And in Kolhapur, I think our hospital is one of the highest paying hospitals to the staff, the nursing, the ayabais, the maushis, the ward boys, even the security, the gardener, everybody is there, the clinical research department. So first and foremost, you cannot, underpay. You have to pay well, but in spite of paying well, there can still be attrition, for which we have a lot of programs binding the entire family together. Once in a year, we have this foundation day where we invite all our survivors. There's almost a crowd of 1,000 people. Then we have birthday celebrations of each and every staff and things like that. So we are emotionally also we connect with the staff on every good or bad occasion and try to. That's how another reason I feel they are with us for many, many years.
Fantastic. You should pay them well and get the work from them well.
Yes, and give them respect and let them feel that they are growing along with the institution.
Sir, one more question I want to ask is, you started from 4 beds and your journey from 4 beds to 120 beds. What were the lessons learned during this whole transformation or the up?
The lessons learned were very basic, very basic. I mean, you just have to not give up at any time. It was very easy to give up and go somewhere where I would have get paid much more at that point in time. So that passion and persistence has to be there, without which is not feasible. The lessons learned were that, once you start coming from, I've come from outside. I don't belong. I mean, I have not spent much time in Kolhapur. So all my education has been Mumbai, Pune. So once you are like an outsider in the small city, then you start growing fast. So then comes a lot of professional jealousy along with that. And the patients and it's unfortunate in our field, but to some extent, you have to face that as well.
Yes.
Because in spite of your starting a cancer hospital here, there were few oncologists who were referring patients for radiation to other cities that were 50 kilometers away. So travel to and fro 100 kilometers just for radiation, which was there in the city. So you don't have to get disheartened or frustrated or angry with such a kind of experience, because it is bound to happen. But now, once the patients and the general public becomes aware, then they on their own they start coming. Another learning lesson for me was that your patient is your best marketing person.
Yes.
No amount of marketing that you do. We do a lot of marketing here and branding, hoardings, television, radio, newspapers, and then CME is going to small towns, other nearby. But the best marketing is from mouth-to-mouth publicity from the patients. So my patients I treated 25 years back, they are my best PR people. So that one thing, this is a very basic thing, that your commitment towards your patient, it shows in every way.
Yes.
So you can't be, you can't be just money oriented all the time. Whatever, no matter what happens, the patient care should always and always come first at any cost. And that will benefit you many, many years down the line. So this was the lesson. Number 3 was we did some investments in some places, and we got very badly cheated financially. We lost a lot of money at very critical point. For example, somebody had come and approached us that there's this company from based in US. They came up with an idea that will provide you pre-owned radiation therapy machines.
Okay.
And they showed
Sure.
some papers which had approvals of Atomic Energy Regulatory Board.
Okay.
And they had set those machines outside India and some other places.
Hmm.
And without doing too much in-depth study, we transferred an initial amount.
Hmm.
And then nothing was happening. We later realized that they had some conditional permissions from the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board of India,
Okay.
which is a very strict board. It is one of the strictest boards in the world.
Right.
Then that deal could not go through. We lost a lot of time, energy, and money. Eventually, we had to go to the court and out of court settlement. So you have to be extremely careful, especially if you're on your own and you're trying to look at every aspect of setting up a hospital. You have to be very careful that you don't get cheated.
Yes.
It's okay, you don't travel too fast, but once you get cheated, you are thrown back.
Correct.
In your time, your energy as well, finances to make that much money again is going to take, and it takes away a lot of your confidence as well.
Confidence,
Because
motivation. Yes. Yes.
all the hard money we make is
Yeah.
really hard money. It's our blood and sweat, literally.
Hmm.
And then somebody just cheats you to the tunes of crores of rupees. It can be very disheartening, but then
Very disheartening.
you just have to let it go.
Yes.
So you have to be very careful of people around you in the society, so-called big corporate people representing you. Be very, very careful. Consult your legal team. You should have a good legal team.
Yes.
Your financial advisors. We have a CFO. So all these people are. Now it is possible with my center now becoming almost like an institute or a corporate hospital.
Yes.
But
Correct.
in those days, I was alone, me,
Alone.
my dad, and my wife, just the three of us. And we took certain decisions on it. So I would really, this was again a very bad, bitter experience along the way and bitter lessons learned. But that's it. I mean, overall, you have to just face it and not give up at any point in time.
Yes.
That's the whole thing. Otherwise, one of my, when I started all this, and there were a lot of my colleagues who were telling me, this is not going to happen. You're going to get bankrupt. There was a very top cardiac surgeon in Mumbai, Dr. Neetu Manke, who had a massive heart attack himself because he was into this huge project of creating some 500-bedded hospital in Mumbai with the topmost cardiac and surgery facilities, and he took all that. So people used to give me examples that, look, what happened to Dr. Neetu Manke? Do you want that to happen to you? Why are you taking this? You're a surgeon. You operate. Why are you getting into setting up the radiation center and bone marrow transplant and all that? But it happened over a period of time. And now they ask me, how did it happen? So I tell them the story of the bumblebee. You must be knowing. The story of the bumblebee. It's a famous story. A lot of people know.
Yes.
The bumblebee with his big body mass and very small wings. The bumblebee is not supposed to fly. It can, at the most, it can crawl on the ground. You apply all principles of aerodynamics. The bumblebee with a heavy body and small wingspans, it cannot fly, but still it flies. You know why? Because the bumblebee doesn't know the principles of aerodynamics.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what happened with me. I just jumped into the water.
Yes.
Had I known that all these problems will be I'll have to face this and all these things, I would have still done it. But ignorance was bliss for me at that time.
Yes.
Looking back, it was like, wow, it happened and all those things. But I always tell this story of the bumblebee.
See, when everyone is different, I will say to the people who are listening, people will say different things to you. They might be very concerned for you. Some people may be jealous for you because they are not able to do so. If other people should not do. Some people are genuinely concerned for this. So listen to all, but then take a call based on your personality, your outlook, what you want, what is your dream. So all those factors take into consideration, then take a call. Otherwise, because XYZ has done or gone to the foreign, or ABC has done in the metro cities, so I should be going that should not be your deciding factor. Deciding factor should be what I want, what is the thing that drives me, because in and out you are doing the same work. If that in and out work doesn't have the underlying passion or underlying motivation, then whether you are in Kolhapur, whether you're in Mumbai, you will not be happy. So if you really want to be happy and make an impact in the society, then it's about yourself. And rightly Sir has told that not everything will be in your favor. Just jump and see how you can manage things. And if you are not very entrepreneurial, yes, go and do a job. That is also not bad thing, because if your personality is not aligned to the entrepreneurship, please do not jump it, because that will make you suffer. Eventually your patient will suffer. So take a call according to your own personality.
Absolutely. I
Very
completely
important
agree with
point is,
you.
very important point is in The Strangest Secret of World, the audio that you might have heard. They say that conformity is the worst thing that you can do. You should not conform to the where the crowd is going or what maximum people are doing. You should also fall in line, and herd mentality you should go. That is what you have not done, and you have stayed to your purpose and stayed to your dreams. Though they were different from them, but you believed in them.
Yes.
That was the success mantra for you.
Yes.
One thing I wanted to ask was that when you started off, you had to go in state transport buses, and the financial condition was also not that great. And today you are well off and running a very good hospital. So what has the financial frequency or financial mindset you have acquired in these times?
So see, what this state transport bus example just is one of the examples where my actually house used to be in Sangli, which is 50 kilometers from here. So every day I used to do up and down to Kolhapur in that bus. And then I used to go to operate other than Kolhapur, nearby small towns, similar towns like Miraj, Sangli, Karad, Satara, this side, North Karnataka, up to Belgaum, Konkan. And in those days, I didn't have a vehicle. So wherever possible, I used to go in the state transport buses. But then I bought a two-wheeler, second-hand two-wheeler, which came very cheap, just 2,500 rupees in 1999. Okay. Just to realize that it didn't have a shock absorber at all. And there are a lot of potholes in our town. So every time there's a pothole, I used to stand up and then sit down again. So jokes apart, but then over a period of time, I got a new two-wheeler and I used to travel like 150 kilometers radius from Kolhapur with a cautery parked in between my legs and autoclave drum on top of that, helmet. And then I used to go and do surgeries in nursing homes, commando surgeries, even big abdominal surgeries, wherever it was safe, I could do. So that was the initial part. But, I'll tell you something, Pranav, you asked me this question. I never felt, because the thing in the mind was, I was so passionate and driven about it that I had to, I wouldn't have been happy anywhere else. And absolutely. That, okay, over a period of time, like it can be 25 years. So now I'm in a financially comfort zone, you can say. But it's not that, I want to have several farmhouse and I want to have a whole array of high-end vehicles, or that's not the aim. Whatever funds that get generated gets pumped back again into this institute. And that's how it is growing, Correct. Otherwise, there was no need for me to put the second linear accelerator when the first one is there. And that too, the latest one right now. I might as well have bought a huge piece of land and started my farmhouse construction, which still would have been cheaper than the radiation machine. Right. But that's not how the institute grows. You have to give it back, put it back in the institute. Right. And most important, I feel that you should not make it a one-man show. That will be a sure shot downfall. You have all the controls in your hands, macro, micro, everything. And then one fine day, if you're not, you're not there, what happens? The institute collapses. I've seen that example happening in another city. So you have to delegate, you have to give responsibilities, you have to pay them well, and make this institute as independent or, as non-dependent on you. Correct. As much as possible and as fast as possible. Right. Because tomorrow nothing is guaranteed. Yes. So that should not impact. If tomorrow I'm not there, it should not have any effect on my Kolhapur Cancer Center. So that is one philosophy which right from day one I have tried to implement and which has worked so far. That is another reason why the team is stuck together.
Fantastic. I think the leadership as well as the mentorship, both the things you have checked all the boxes. The leadership, the one who wants to lead without a title, and mentorship is to give the work or opportunities to others. Right. And this specifically question why I asked was because people see that today's Suraj Pawar, how successful he is and how well he is doing, and wow, what a setup you have created. But there is 25 years of hard work behind that. So you have 25 years of unsung times before this overnight success of yours.
Yeah, that is one thing, Pranav and Amit, but you have to go through certain phases which can be very extremely stressful situations.
Stressful, yes, yes.
We started off with this huge loan on our head, and everything started, but it always takes some time. There's always a waiting period,
Yes.
You don't put a radiation machine and get there and immediately patients start lining up. First few months, it was very difficult, almost 6 to 8 months. And then the bank EMI already started and we could not match the bank EMI.
Yes.
There were 3 consecutive months where we could not pay the bank EMI, and for people, white collar people like us, if you miss one monthly installment, you spend sleepless nights. So me and my wife were spending sleepless nights. Now what to do? And all those voices started ringing in our ears. My friends telling me, see, I'm telling you not to do this, you're going to become bankrupt, those kind of things. But I also believe in destiny. There's this very famous quote in Paulo Coelho. We all know the Alchemist, that if you wish something from your heart for the good, the whole universe connives to make it happen.
Yes.
What happened when we were in a tight corner and there was no way out? Suddenly, the Maharashtra government scheme started in Maharashtra. This government scheme those days was Rajiv Gandhi Yojana, then Yojana. And we got the government scheme, of course, because it was needed in this area. And then the patients started flooding in. And that's how the bank balances started equalizing. We could pay, then we could get out of that tight corner.
True.
So things do happen in the universe. If you have a good intention, your passion and persistence, and is for the larger good of the society, things happen around you in a way that they help you in some way or other to make that project happen.
As we normally say in the community, that your intent is what matters when you are successful. You want to be successful or not, and intent in healthcare is always to serve people. So if that intention is there, of course the money will be the byproduct. Of course we are working, we all want to be financially free so that we can serve more people, number of people in society. But then again, every time from the start, if intention is very clear and you are virtuous in your action, success will follow. So
yes, I completely agree.
You are prime example for that, and I appeal to everyone who is watching this interview. Please take your call, understand, and your intention should be to serve people. Once you have that intention, the money will be, or success, fame will be just a byproduct of it. So
yes.
Talking to you, sir.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you for having me here. It was a pleasure to interact with both of you.
Fantastic.
Because being employed by people who have knowledge in that field it takes at a different level, because you can have people who are non-medicals or even one section of the society, only academics, but you are complete
complete package.
So
that made me it was more fun for me also. I enjoyed.
Thank you so much.
We enjoyed as much as we have learned from you, and we teach people or tell people about some facts which has now a solid backup from your success story. So I think we also learned a lot talking to you.
Yeah, and people who want to see what we do, how we help and be successful, like Dr. Suraj Pawar, please join the next workshop. The link is given below. Register and see, and come and join the workshop and see how we are helping people. A lot of doctors come in the community and join us in this mission to serve a lot of doctors to be there in tier 2, tier 3 cities, even villages, become successful, because the affordable healthcare will be the future of India healthcare. So fantastic, sir. Thank you so much for coming and giving us the time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.